let's talk about the vibe score, why we created it, what it means, and why it actually is a easier barrier to entry, or it's not a barrier to entry compared to the other stuff.
So simply, we had a lot of friends who had Ouras or Garmin's or different Apple Watches, different
Fitbits,
tracking devices. And most of them have their own score. Apple doesn't have a score. But we liked in Whoop groups that we could see each other's scores.
Yeah, like the Whoop groups was really great, that I can like wake up in the morning, check my stats, and then check my friends that are within my group. You were there, your wife was there, other friends were there.
Exactly. But when we had other people in our circle, some business partners at the time who had this stuff, we weren't able to see them all together. Mm-hmm. So we started creating all these kind of like shitty versions of Pair, where you would like upload screenshots of your
stats,
either your Whoop page or your Oura page, and like an AI thing would take the pictures, decipher it, and then create a score, like very rudimentarily. Or what's the word?
Rudimentary?
I don't know, a shitty way.
I don't know. I'm uneducated.
That's okay. And so really it was like, wow, what if we could have a souped up Whoop group with all devices?
That's it.
And what would unite them? Because we knew after using Whoop for like 2 years, I know that HRV is important, resting heart rate is important.
And the restorative sleep.
Restorative sleep, which is REM and deep. And sleep times, like, well, what if we just take a few of the metrics that all the devices have and create a one score to
universal
to rule them all? Mm-hmm. And that really was the inception of the idea. It's like, wow, that would be super cool. And then like I could get my mom an Oura, and then I could see how she's doing. And what the vibe score is, how it's different than all of them. Most devices have their device score, like a readiness or recovery or a battery, and then they have a sleep score. And so there's a lot of scores for a lot of devices. And we're saying, what if just everyone who tracked their stuff could have
a unified score
for all devices, so people can connect and network and get in groups with their friends and family and who knows? And that would be the beginning of like making self-awareness mainstream
and social, and making health and wellness social. Like everything has gone there, right?
Yeah.
Like everything has gone social except for that. We don't see people. We see people sharing their steps or their Strava runs, but we don't see people showing their health.
Yeah, and we see some Ronaldo here and there, or some Lando Norris, some 1% on Whoop with these like Whoop endorsed people or investors.
It's starting, yeah,
and it's great. So sharing your stats, to me, it's the Uber idea. I'm gonna get in someone's car. It's the Airbnb idea. I'm gonna stay on a stranger's couch. It's like, I'm going to show how I slept.
Or how stressed I am.
Or how stressed I am. What? I don't want anyone to see that. But that's the whole idea. First of all, Pair is not forced. You don't have to. It's not like your boss is like, get on Pair so I can see how you're doing.
And Pair's already off the bat. It's not like Instagram where it's something that every person in the world is going to have. We're not trying to do that. We're not trying to beat them. We're trying to... I love Instagram. Yeah. I like all the socials. I use them all. But this is just something for people in the health and wellness community to have that doesn't exist yet. The closest thing would be Strava, but it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, Strava is more on runs and based around activities, where this is based around like, what was your effort when the doors were closed, when no one saw you?
Yeah.
So the biggest takeaway I had from Whoop was knowing my stats gave me more self-awareness in the evening. Mm-hmm. It gave me, Brian Johnson calls it the evening Brian, because everyone eats salad and eats light during the day and everything, but we destroy everything at night because I think our discipline is done by the end of the day.
Yeah, man. People have jobs, they're tired, they got kids, they got whatever. At the end of the day, we're just programmed to want to like put on a binge a series and eat and drink. And
yeah, and then what happens is
you wake up feeling like shit, and it's the same loop for 30 years, and then you die.
Exactly. So the whole idea of optimizing your sleep is really what it's doing is optimizing your brain chemistry, your chemical balance. Mm-hmm. If you can balance your chemistry, you're going to see the day with a way different filter. If your stress levels are low, you're still going to have stressful shit happen, but how are you able to handle that stress?